Hello, everybody. I'm Mickey. I'm not your mama's minister, and today is the feast day of Saint Cyprian. Now, today's feast day is for Saint Cyprian of Carthage, and then a couple days ago or yesterday was Saint Cyprian of Antioch. Now, Antioch is the one who is usually considered the patron saint of witches, wizards, anybody who does mystical work, anybody who does fortune telling, all of that. And so pagans, I mean, he's a very, very controversial saint. However, Carthage and Antioch have kind of been blended together, so you can use any of their feast days kind of to boost your shit, so to speak. So one of the things that one of the legends behind Saint Cyprian or San Cipriano is that the reason that he converted, because he was born into a wealthy pagan family, and he was an extremely adept practitioner, like he just knew his shit. And one of the reasons that he quit and converted was because he had done a love working that had failed because the victim, so to speak, of his love working had such a strong faith. And so that's the legend behind why he converted. But regardless, he is considered to be one of the top big shot spirits to, and I just love him, for people who do any type of mystical arts and astrology, palm reading, anything having to do with that non-traditional mystical arts, then yeah, he's your guy. So today I figured, since everybody seems to want love right now, today I thought that I would, sorry, stutter, that I would give you kind of an idea of one of the many different workings that you can use for Saint Cyprian. Now, I personally am not doing this exclusively. This is not the only thing that I am working with Cyprian for today. But I figured I would go ahead and show you so that you can do it at home. Okay, so some of you know, some of you don't know, I very rarely use the mystical oils. I tend to use olive oil for everything. So in my roommate's little booby cup here, from an anime, not one that I've seen, but you see the little boobies, they stick out. Okay, so this is just olive oil. I put some olive oil in there. However, if you do want to go ahead and make Cyprian oil or San Cipriano oil, it is cinnamon, orris root, and myrrh, and you're going to get those in the solid forms and grind them down. And then it is cedarwood oil, cypress oil, and beetroot oil. And you can order those online. You can get them at your local Botanica. You mix those together with a carrier oil, which I always recommend olive oil, but you can go with any of your other oils. If you want to boost it a little bit, you can go ahead and use coconut oil, but you know the coconut oil solidifies at, I think, what, room temperature or something like that? I'm not sure. You're going to take 2 candles. It doesn't matter what color. I decided to pull out my red candles. This is actually broken at the top, so if one of you notices that, I'm not actually going to do this because I'm going to use people that I know that would kill me if they knew that I was doing love mojo for them. So this is to draw love, of course. So you're going to take anything that etches. So you can take, I've got a little hook that I was taking out of my wall. You can use that. You can use a dead pen that I keep putting back in my pen jar. And you're going to write each person's name on here. So I won't tell you whose name I'm writing. All right, then you're going to take your oil, whether you're using olive oil or whether you're using San Cipriano oil. you're going to go ahead and cover each candle with that oil. Then you are going to, I had some of this left over from my little earring holders up there. You are going to, after you have that done, you're going to tie them together. Now, if you're using figure candles, so the men and women candles, if you're using figure candles, that's fine. You are just going to make sure that they're facing each other when you tie them together. And I'm going to put a pretty little bow. And like I said, I'm not going to be burning this. One, because this candle's broken. Don't use a broken candle. Don't use a pre-lit candle unless you are using a pre-lit candle that you've been using for the same purpose. You don't want the two mixing together. So love working for John Doe, and then I love working for Sam Smith. So you're going to tie those together, and then you are going to burn them. So that is gross. That is, I'll go wash my hands afterwards, but that is how you're going to do a San Cipriano, and you do want to burn it down. So start it in the morning, let it burn down before you leave the house, or put it in a safe place to burn while you're gone. Make sure it's a safe place. I always tell people, and I still stand by this, I use the bathtub. You stick it in the bathtub, you know, in its candle holders. And please don't forget, when you are working with, I bought a shit ton of taper candles from Goodwill, and it was like a bag of, I don't know, maybe 100 of them. You can see some of them over there for like $3. It was awesome, and when they're not burned. And so when you're doing taper candles and you don't have candle holders, or you have something like this where they need to be tied together, you can use a bowl of salt. So just put your candle there, pour some salt in there, and it'll hold it up. Plus, salt is just awesome for most mystical work anyway, isn't it? So Saint Cyprian, so that is a love working. That it is a love working. It is not a lust working. So if you're not looking for a committed relationship or anything like that, use something else. Go with something else. Cyprian doesn't play around. He's not one that you would want to petition for booty call. Or just a new lover. And but like I said, Saint Cyprian is fantastic for anybody doing mystical work. He is known for being a very powerful practitioner of when somebody is wanting to do any transformation working, so wanting to become a shapeshifter, wanting to transform themselves, so transformation in weight loss, transformation in beauty, all sorts of things. And he's just all around fantastic for anybody doing mystical work. So if you have any questions about San Cipriano or Saint Cyprian, or love workings or mystical workings or anything in the spiritual world, please let me know. Drop me a line. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I will talk to you soon. Much love, many blessings. Somebody take the reign. All right.